Okay, Search Engine Journal Lesson Part 4. So just to clarify, this component of the search query was giving off a very weak signal. I decided to search for just that concept, and I did come up with something. It actually worked quite well. I came up with someone who's talking about it, and I noticed a word, a phrase that I thought he might not just be making up, but is something that he'd heard before. And so it turns out it looks like it is. It's a concept that it's to some degree resembles what Nadi is talking about. Now I put that here, and now, as a result, I have a phrase that increases the clearness of the signal of this idea. See, the basic idea is Nadia is talking about this interesting concept, and the question is, perhaps other people talk about that concept too, and as a result, authors might talk about this concept. Perhaps they've come up with some terminology, some precise terminology that they use when they want to describe that concept, and we perhaps have found one example of such terminology. There could be other phrases that people use to describe the concept Nadi is talking about, but one author used this concept. Dan Cheon, I'm sorry Dan for messing up your name, to describe in shorthand the way imaginative empathy works. It sounds like we've come up with a phrase that increases the clarity of the signal. So with that, I did the search again, pretty much the same as the first time, but I added imaginative empathy. And let's take a look at what we get now. Come back here and do the original search I did, or actually probably the second search, imaginative empathy, and we got 4. We got 4, which isn't bad. That's not a lot though, is it? So I think imaginative empathy might be a word that's used to some degree, but it's not used so much that we have a ton of results. So I'm going to simplify the query. And so this was my simplification of the query. Just simply imaginative empathy, creative writing, psychotherapy. And let's take a look at what happens when we put that into Google. Okay, we have 9. That's not wonderful either. But this was really interesting here. The imaginative empathy in which the writer is engaged. Well, that sounds very interesting. And I come up with this document, and I'm just going to type in imaginative. Oh, okay. Imaginative empathy into here, and let's see what comes up. Let's see what this sentence is right here. Clinicians can also learn from writers such as A.S. Byatt, sorry, Mr. Byatt, who, for destroying your name, who explains how Mrs. Byatt, excuse me a second time, how she entered into the mind of her protagonist. Oh, that sounds great. To write about his horrific dream. I threw myself into this dream as a writer by, in a sense, dreaming it. The imaginative empathy in which the writer is engaged acts as an example for doctors who must develop this same sense of empathic understanding of their patients. So it's not about psychotherapy, but it's about doctors. Still very interesting. I would take a closer look at that reference there. And I'll just say, I'm running out of time, that's as far as I got. I found a few interesting things here. What I would do from here is do more searches with imaginative empathy, but also without the phrase, because it doesn't return many results. See if I can, but keep my eye out for other phrases. I would journal about this idea that we called at first being characters and then imaginative empathy. Extensively explore the meaning of this concept through journaling. Write about it. This would accomplish 2 things: develop my understanding of my interest in the concept, give me more ideas for keywords for my search query at a time.